Hey everybody and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to get this kind of purpley, smoky, shimmery, all the ease eye look, and it is super easy. It took me no time at all. I'm using the Carly Bible Deluxe Edition palette. Gorgeous palette. I just got this. I know I'm like super late to the party, but I don't care. I actually, funny story, maybe not so funny, I don't know. I've never really watched much of her videos. I've seen a couple, never really subscribed, never really was like, I gotta have it. And then I saw on Snapchat that she was listening to the Garth channel, and I was like, okay, anybody that's down with the Garth channel, I can get down with too. And so then I kind of started getting into her a little bit and looked up her palette, and I was like, okay, these are my tones. I love purples. So I picked it up. I was really pleasantly surprised with the quality of the pigmentation and the blendability. This is my first time using it though, so I'm not going to tell you whether I absolutely love it or absolutely hate it, but that is my first impression, of which you guys know I don't love first impressions. So that's all I'm going to tell you about what I think about this palette, but I hope that you enjoy this little casual tutorial. I really love how this look turned out. I love this like inner corner pop, which you may not be able to see that well. I feel like it's getting washed out a little bit, but I'm really thrilled with how it ended up. As always, the information for everything else that I'm wearing on my face will be in the description box below, and I will link the palette for you as well. And I think that that is it. Please give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever you got to do, because YouTube is severely hampering the ability of small channels to grow. So please, any little bit of channel engagement that I can get helps. Let this channel grow and let me continue to keep doing videos. So that is it. Thank you so much, and we'll get right on into the tutorial. I have already primed my eyes with my favorite Holy Grail Ulta Nude Matte Eye Primer, and I went ahead and set my eyes all over from this shade in the palette, this kind of bottom cream shade. If these have names, they are long gone. They are not anywhere on the palette. So as you can see, this is what we're going for on this eye. Ooh, I have an itch. So we are going to go in with a blending brush into, we're going to go into this shade. Then we're going to go into this one, and this one. So we're basically using these four right here, and then we'll use this highlight. So I'm just going to take my fluffy blending, I'm going to take my fluffy blending brush and go into that kind of mid-tone transition shade and just put that all up in the transition area. Now that I've laid that down, I'm going to go in with a different blending brush. This one's a little bit more dense, still fluffy, but a little bit less fluffy. The hairs are a little bit shorter, and I'm going to go into that kind of middle rosy mauve-y shade, and we're going to put that in the exact same location, but a little bit lower. More right above my natural crease, which is pretty low. And for both of these steps, I like to just alternate windshield wiper motions with a kind of, you know, frenzied back and forth motion to really get that shadow blended in. I will say this is my first time using it. I've never used it before, but I'm actually really surprised by how well these blend and how nicely the pigmentation shows up, because I really didn't have high hopes for this, just because of the cost of the palette, and I don't think I've ever tried anything from BH before, but pleasantly surprised. I'm going to take a little bit more of that and just kind of concentrate it on the inner corner here so that it gets a little bit deeper. And then I'm going to take that also onto the inner lid right here, just a tiny bit. And then we'll also go on to the outer portion of the lid a little bit, just to make that darker shade that we're going to use have already a little bit of a deeper base. Next, I'm going to take this more targeted crease-ish type brush. This is a base shadow brush, but I like to use it kind of as a crease or targeted treatment type of brush. And we're going to go into that deepest purpley color. And we're going to put that kind of in the halo area all over here on the outer lid, up into the crease just a little bit here, and then deeper right here also. Now that we have got that all laid down there, we are going to go into this shimmery shade right here next to that deeper purple. I'm just going to take my pinky finger. I always like to use it for really intense shimmery shades. God, it's hard to say. Okay, we're going to put that all over where it's still light up here. So that is it for the upper portion. We're going to go ahead and do the lower lash line. I am basically just going to combine some of the colors that we already used. So I'm going to go in with this one first, just a little bit, then our transition shade, then a little bit of this concentrated on the outer part. So I'm going in with our first crease shade right now. And I'm going to take that all the way to the inside. Next, we're going to go in with the transition shade, which was the first color we used. And then I'm going to go in with the deepest color that we used, that deep purple. And then just lightly with my brush, I'm going to put our shimmery shade right here just on the very center. I just did it kind of lightly. I don't want it to be too intense because the inner corner is going to be the really intense corner. We are going to take this pinky purple highlight right there and just put it all over that inner portion. It is kind of, what's the word, kind of like duochrome or something, but it's very intense. So there we go. You will probably see this better in the thumbnail picture because I feel like my lights are kind of washing it out a little bit, but you can see it right there. Because in person, this is very intense, very pinky purple. Put that there, and then we are all done with the eye look. I will finish it off with mascara, my contour, bronzer, highlight, all that, which you saw in the beginning. You did see the final product. So here we go with the final eye portion of it. That is it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this little quick casual tutorial, and I will catch you next time. Bye.